Okay, so exercise is a massive, massive part of our fat loss journey. So how do we get the energy levels every time we hit the gym? Every time that we start to train, how do we perform at our best? Okay? Well, first off, the answer is you never ever will. Okay? So you are gonna, when you're training, when you train regular, you're gonna have to accept that some days your energy levels are gonna be bad. Okay? Your strength isn't going to be very good, and you're possibly not going to enjoy the session just sometimes because you're just not really feeling it. Again, it's them sessions that make the difference, the sessions you don't feel like doing. So you should always do them, but you should always just look at it from a whole perspective. If you've been consistently over 2 to 3 weeks and you've really got poor energy levels, then we need to sort of really address it. And that comes down to really being sort of not necessarily perfect with the food, but consistent. So we're eating a good amount of protein with every single meal. We're eating a good amount of vegetables. Now, protein is the absolute kingpin for being consistent with our energy levels, okay, especially if we're lifting weights. Okay, so and we feel a lot fuller as well, so we're not going to get to the session where we're hungry. Now, we might have a little bit less energy sometimes due to sleep or stress or sort of anything the odd time, but if we're eating a consistent amount of protein, we should always feel manageable within the sessions. Now, how do we perform at our very best in the sessions? That is obviously being very, very consistent with our protein intake, managing our carbs throughout the day and our fats throughout the day, and having a generally balanced diet, not going to the gym feeling really full and bloated, so not eating loads before. So round about, if you're eating consistently throughout the day, I'll probably leave a 2 hour, an hour and a half window with no food before it. Have your shake during your session, and then after, then you'd sit down, and then you can fill yourself up on a good meal. Okay, but the general need to get the most out of your training sessions with your diet is just being a little bit consistent. Okay, now again, that's not going to be, you're not going to do that all the time. So we do have to realise that every day is not going to be our best day, and not to let it get into our head. We just need to have more good days than bad days throughout the whole of the 7 days. Now, if you were talking on a 3 session basis, then we're trying to go for 2 good sessions and probably 1 bad session. You probably are going to have 1 session per week that you're not performing at your best then. Okay? 2 sessions that you feel excellent. If you're only having 1 good session a week, and we probably need to look at exactly, why is that happening. But again, generally, I just think it is because we're not doing what we know and what we're capable of. And that is eating consistent amount of protein. So that doesn't mean prepping, loads and loads of food, because we're capable and we know what we could do if we walked into a shop. What it gets in our head is that if we have a couple of bad sessions and we're feeling tired and we're feeling a little bit stressed, so then we're not on a diet, but then we lose track of what we're actually eating bad. We lose track of that, and because we're so focused and frustrated that we're not performing better, we're not feeling good, that we actually lose track of what we're actually doing. So it's sort of trying to bring that back and being honest with yourself, and look, I'm not even doing what I already know to be right, and I've done that so many times that I think, and I start to look for other things to be doing when actually, and I know what I should be doing. So protein consistently throughout the day is just going to ensure that we all should always have a good amount of energy levels. And the better we are with our meals throughout the day, it's going to perform whether we have excellent energy levels during the sessions. Okay, but 2 out of 3 sessions, as long as that 3rd session that's probably not your best one isn't like a really awful session where you've got really no energy. Okay, that's just the best way to look at it, guys.